Welcome back into Cougar Sports Saturday, live from Boulder, Colorado. Mitch Harper and Kyle Ireland with you. Getting you ready for BYU and Colorado on this BYU football game day. And the coaching matchup between BYU and Colorado, I think, is awesome. Coach Kalani Sitake in his 10th season at BYU. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, year 3 with the Buffs. And Kyle, I'll say, when the schedule matrix came out for the Big 12, when it was the 16-team Big 12 was created, I think it was in the winter of 2023, maybe 2024, I saw that BYU was lined up against Colorado in 2025, and like many, I thought to myself, will Coach Prime be the head coach of the Buffs when BYU travels to Boulder in 2025? Because I think many people thought he's only there to coach his son, Shador and Shiloh, and his kind of extension of his son, Travis Hunter. He's only there to coach those guys. He's still here, and he's neck deep into college football and this Colorado program. Heck, he even navigated a bout with cancer this offseason. Coach Prime is a tough, old-school coach. I love this matchup between the two, and with Kalani Sitake, he even noted that, with this matchup between these two coaches, could there be carryover from last year's Alamo Bowl from BYU's big win over the Buffs? And this is what Kalani had to say.
There's always some carryover, but the players aren't the same on both sides, so and then you're always trying to find ways to get you a competitive advantage. So that's the fun part in the game and the prep during the week is that we don't know exactly what they're going to do. We have an idea, but they don't know exactly what we're going to do too. So you have to kind of prep for all of it. And then you have to make adjustments and see what happens in the game on Saturday night. So it's what we have to do every week. And it just happens that we played these guys in a bowl game, and now we see them, for us, game 4. So now this one's on the road, and we just got to be ready for it. So I don't think it's anything different than what we've already experienced already, and that goes the same for them.
That's such a Kalani Sitake answer, Mitch. He's all ball right now. He respects Colorado. That's the thing about Kalani is, he respects every opponent. It's not anything on a personal level where it's like an attack or, he's always trying to be respectful. And I do think that you look at these two coaches and kind of the transitions from being players to transitioning into the coaching game. Obviously, Deion played in the NFL and was at a high level there for a very long time in the National Football League. But it is interesting how these two coaches maybe come from different backgrounds, but they have a good relationship. And Coach Prime talked about his relationship with Kalani Sitake and the friendship that they've built. And this is what Coach Prime said about Kalani earlier this week.
Coach Sitake is, I consider him a friend. I consider him a dear friend and a God-fearing man, which I adore. Man of standard, man of principle, and a darn good coach and a good dude. He's going to have his team ready. They've been playing superbly this season, even with a young quarterback. Defensively, they've been shutting things down and doing the doggone thing. Offensively, they're physical and tough, and that's the team I know we're going to face, a physical, tough football team.
Coach Prime is entering his 30th game as the head coach of the Buffs. Colorado's 15-14 overall in the Coach Prime era, 12-14 against Power 4 opponents. This year they haven't won a game against a P4 team. And interesting enough, BYU's ranked in this game, and they're also the favorite going into this game. Colorado, under Coach Prime, they have never won a home game as an underdog in the Coach Prime era. They're 0-4 in those spots. And look, Colorado's trying to get some maybe revenge, you would think, after that Alamo Bowl beatdown. I was there in San Antonio, Kyle. It was a beatdown of epic proportions. It was one of the best bowl game performances I have ever witnessed from a BYU football team in the postseason. And this was Coach Prime on the idea of this a revenge game for his Buffs against BYU.
We ain't with that get-back stuff. I ain't with that get-back stuff. I'm with that let's-get-them stuff. So they played their butts off, kicked our butts in the bowl game. Now we have a whole new team. They have a similar team as well with a bunch of new management, meaning quarterbacking. And this is a good team, well-coached team, disciplined team. We got to be a lot more disciplined, not some of the pass interference, the PIs that we had and the stupid penalties that we had, unnecessary roughness. We got to stop all that foolishness and play a consistent game, prayerfully penalty-free.
It's pretty cool, though, to see BYU going up against a celebrity in a way, or just a legend. Like Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, the man. He's an all-timer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to swing by like a Colorado bookstore or team store and get some Coach Prime gear, Mitch, because he is a celebrity. He's outstanding, and I actually, I think that Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, he's a misunderstood character and has been since he's been in the college sphere here at Jackson State and then also at Colorado. And I think that the thing with him is, he obviously carries like the Coach Prime aspect of his, player persona into his coaching career, but he is an old school ball coach at the end of the day. Like this Colorado team, they're gonna play tough tonight. They're gonna play. I think on paper, you look at BYU and you say, "Hey, BYU's the better team," but you can't underestimate what Coach Prime is to his team, his players. Those guys love playing for Coach Prime, and I think that kind of mentality that he brings to the game, is perfect for 2025 college football. He's the perfect kind of coach to deal with the NIL, the recruiting, the ways that things can be done in today's day and age, because, it's not like Coach Prime's going out on the road. He's got people that can do that for him, but he can close the deal and say, hey, this is why you want to come to Colorado. This is why you want to play for me. And who doesn't want to play for a guy with accolades like Deion Sanders?
Coach Prime, when asked about the possibility of BYU and Colorado becoming a marquee matchup in the Big 12, this was Coach Prime on that thought.
Marquee games are based on wins. If a team is undefeated, that team is undefeated, it becomes a marquee game. You can't have a marquee game and you're not touted to be anything. So we haven't earned that respect as of yet, and prayerfully soon that we do.
I will say I do think that BYU and Colorado has the potential to be a really fun series that is just a good TV event. Again, we were talking about this earlier in the week, Kyle, after practice. I don't look at this becoming a rivalry. I'm not going to say Rocky Mountain, rumble in the Rockies as Utah and Colorado. So forced. Colorado fans have no feelings or emotions for BYU. Heck, this is BYU's first visit to Boulder since 1981 when Jim McMahon was the starting quarterback, when Steve Young had to come in the third quarter because McMahon got injured. It's been that long. Miss Peggy was probably in the stands for that game for BYU and the Buffs back in 81. Heck, she was probably there when they were conference foes back in 1947. But the thing is that I just think this is a good TV property game, and it's going to be a late night. And if you're, unwinding after a long college football Saturday, hey, you got the nightcap with BYU and Colorado. And I think that's the beauty of this league and the matchups out west. We're taking another break. Cougar Sports Saturday is live from Boulder, Colorado. More BYU Colorado breakdown next.